Allah Azza wa Jal did not deny that fear won't happen ever. Allah didn't deny that. All Allah denied is that there won't be ever any real danger on the believer. They will be, their deeds, their relationship with Allah, their guidance will be kept safe so long as they show loyalty to Allah. And they will be relieved from true sadness. You know, I give this as a sincere bit of advice to everybody in the room. Allah Azza wa Jal created human beings in difficulty. In this life, there will be some kind of difficulty. Some of you are going to go through financial difficulty. Some of you are going to go through physical health difficulty. Some of you are going to go through emotional difficulty. That difficulty will come from people around you, your loved ones, your friends, your siblings, your spouse, your children, your parents, your grandparents, your uncle. There's going to be people in your life that are very close to you, and there's no escape from those people because they're a part of your life, and they're going to bring you a lot of grief. And they have before, and they continue to some of them. And there are certain problems in your life that have stuck with you for a very long time. There are people in the room that have been looking for a job for years, can't find. There are people in the room that are being buried under debt. Like they've just loan after loan after loan. They're crushed under debt. And it eats away at them. There are people in the room that have had a health condition or are taking care of somebody in their family who has a health condition. These are not small things to deal with. This is a very difficult thing trauma to experience. But when Allah says, "La hum yahzanun," Allah is saying something about His guidance. Remember yesterday I told you how He takes the most sad experiences and turns them into moments of joy? Allah in His Quran, when He says, "Shifa'ul lima fi sudur," it is healing for what lies inside of the chest. Allah is telling us that one of the most powerful ways you and I are going to be able to cope with our sadness may not disappear. Well, we're going to be able to cope with it. We're going to be able to deal with it. We're going to be able to get past it, and we're not going to allow it to paralyze us. And what is going to help us is the word of Allah, the guidance of Allah. The guidance of Allah actually strengthens the heart of a believer. The guidance of Allah actually gives you the emotional strength to be able to go through difficult times, which other people who don't have this guidance, they choose to just down an entire bottle of aspirin and end it. You know? Or they choose to just get drunk and get on the highway and end it. Or jump off a bridge and end it. But when people have Iman, they're in a different category. I love telling the story of a friend of mine who in Louisiana, I'll be brief about it because some of you may have heard me talk about it before. It's such an inspiration. This family in Louisiana, they lived in Baton Rouge and in New Orleans actually, and they had car dealerships. And their car dealership was right on the water, beautiful, luxury cars. You know, and then Hurricane Katrina came back in the day. You remember Katrina? And this was like a religious family, no bank loans, no interest, no nothing. Everything was cash. And the waters rise and all of the cars are gone in just overnight. They're done. The only car left was a Lexus LS 400, I think it was 450 or something. It's the only car left. And that's the one they escaped in. You know, and when I went to visit them a year later, he used to deliver pizza in that car. Like dad, mom, everybody was just working in a pizza place, you know. And these are people that were living in, they were making like $500,000 of sales easy a month. Easy. And from there, they're like working at a pizza. They don't own the pizza place. They're working at the pizza place. The whole family, you know. And, you know, if anybody else went through that, like from millions to nothing, what happens to them? You know what happens to them, right? They're willing to commit suicide or they get institutionalized. They can't take the loss. This is too much to bear. And yet, the whole family, I've never seen like brighter smiles. I've just never seen brighter smiles. And I even asked one of them, what is it? Why are you guys so happy? You guys went through all this like stuff. They're like, you know, when business was good, it was good. But this client calls, this delivery is late, this shipment is coming, taxes are due, payroll, this, that, the other. I never had time to go to the masjid. And now, we just have work, and we can hear the adhan, we go pray. There's still a roof over our head, there's still food on the table. Life is much more peaceful. Alhamdulillah. Like, you can't have that if you don't have guidance. You can't have that. There are people who will just cry and lament. They'll drive by the drowned dealership every day. Like, that's what they'll do. You know? They just moved on. And not just moved on, they're grateful to Allah for still giving them rizq and giving them halal rizq. That's iman. That's actually, you're being saved from a kind of sadness that for other people will kill them, will destroy them. They won't even be able to stand up anymore. And yet here you are. This is, فَمَنْ تَبِعَ هُدَايَ فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ.